Hey guys, welcome to the JLS Gaming episode 22. I'm your host, Will A.K. LaSalle. Let's get right into it. Lots to discuss this week. I know everybody wants to get back to football and stuff like that, right? I know I do. You know what I'm trying to say is the opening season, although my New York Giants play tomorrow night. So jumping right in, what retro or current game you've been playing lately and why? So really still playing that Avengers. Got some gameplay footage on the channel. Make sure to check it out. Like and subscribe if you aren't already. You know, I'm trying to say shout out to everybody watching live and all of you guys that are also watching the replay, right? We also have been playing a lot of Madden Mobile still. You know what I'm saying? Our league is right up there. We're in the top 30 now, right? So just kicking butt, you know what I'm saying, taking names, right? So that's what we've been up to. Lots to talk about now, man. So let's just get into it, right? First off, thank you to all the subscribers again. We're at 4,300 plus. You know what I'm trying to say? Trying to crack 5,000, hopefully before the end of the month. You know what I'm trying to say? We got some good giveaways still coming up as well, right? So getting right into it, right? We've had a lot of discussion, a lot of news that was leaked out this week. Not leaked out, that was actually formally announced, right? Last week we were talking about September 9th being the date that Sony was going to end up releasing and doing pre-orders. Well, it seems like, and you know, we had this game of chicken between Microsoft and Sony. So it seems like Sony, because I was getting messages, notifications overnight, you know what I'm saying, waking up on the morning of the 9th on Xbox, right? Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, the announcements on the pricing, the announcements on the pre-orders, right? And we'll get into that in a second. And so they really jumped the gun, and then nothing from Sony, right? But it ties into some news that we're going to talk about right now with an event that Sony's coming up with this week, actually. So Microsoft ended up announcing that the Series X launches November 10th for $499. Now everybody's been speculating on that price, but again, people were saying PS5 $599, even the Xbox Series X $599. People were rumoring, but no one really knew concrete on the Xbox Series S, which is like a stripped down optical medialess version that can play next generation systems at $299, right? So if we sit here and we look, you know, and what we're talking about is, again, so pre-orders are going to go live on the 22nd, right? So pre-orders are going to go live on Tuesday, November 22nd. I already got emails from Best Buy, right, talking about pre-orders. So that's pretty cool and everything like that. So check out your retailers, right? Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon, right? I also read and saw GameStop had a really bad quarter or whatever like that, right? Their stock was tanking a bit, but they're offering, as well as Microsoft's offering, kind of payment plans, right, to be able to get into the next gen. This is some real cool stuff from Microsoft, and it's really tying into pushing Sony to kind of, in my opinion, push their event a week back and scramble to do some of the marketing materials. But I really think on Wednesday, we're going to find out at that event, right? So again, to recap, the Series S is coming in at $299, just like current gen and Nintendo Switch, right? Not the Lite, but the regular Switch, which sell like hotcakes, right? So now you're talking about you can get into the next gen with a Series S for only $299. As we progress and everything like that, so you can put them on pre-order on the 22nd. Now, my opinion, I believe also, because we have an event on the 15th, right, which is Apple's event, announcing probably the iPhone and the new Apple Watches, right? So you're gearing up for a crazy week. I'm sure if Apple announces, traditionally what they've done is a week after they've done pre-orders. So you're talking about a lot of money being spent, you know what I'm saying, on the 22nd, right? Let's see. Let's jump into what we're hearing from Sony. Sony's announcing, you know, they're at Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time is their showcase. This is when I imagine that they're going to announce PS5 availability, pre-orders, pricing, as well as on the optical and the optical list one. You know what I'm saying? So we'll be able to find out more about that, get some more details around it. There's been some leaks from internationally on contents, etc., that come in the box, in the package. So that'd be real interesting to see that on Wednesday. Again, Tuesday is going to be Apple's event, releasing a lot of stuff, iOS, probably a new iPad, Apple Watch, these AirTag thingies, right? So again, a lot of money to be spent. If PlayStation 5 announces that their pre-orders are going to be on the 22nd, you know what I'm saying, or a little bit right after, that week, that week of the 22nd is going to be crazy. I mean, we at the channel are going to be getting, in JLS here, definitely going to be getting more than likely a Series S and a Series X, so we can provide you guys with comparisons and real deep details, in-depth reviews, right? But probably a PS5 if we're allowed to get at least an optical one. But hopefully we can get an optical and an optical-less one. Again, to be able to bring some great content to you guys to wrap up, the fourth quarter of this year with all the good, great new gen gaming goodies, right? But at the same time, hey man, I'm an Apple guy. We're in the Apple ecosystem, so definitely interested in seeing the new iPhones, the new Apple Watches to see, and definitely pre-order those and get one of those first availability, right? Moving along from that, let's get into some Nintendo Switch news, right? And what we have with Nintendo Switch is there's some rumors about Breath of the Wild 2, right? So Nintendo kind of sneak dropped this Hyrule Warriors Calamity, right? Which Zelda Hyrule Warriors Calamity, right? Which is like a prequel to Breath of the Wild. And so it goes through with the champions and stuff like that. So a lot of people are excited about that. A lot of people are like, hey, I know how this story ends, right? But that didn't stop people, let's say, a long time ago, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, right? And then now with the new generation or whatever like that, kind of retconning it, or maybe not retconning it, right? Just making it, kind of taking that Kingdom Hearts route where things happen in the future that affect the past, that change things in the past. So it's still kind of chronological. Always gives people headaches, right? When you start introducing alternative universes, right? The multiverse theories and time travel, right? But beyond that, there's been a lot with Super Mario 3D All-Stars with the demand, right? So there's places canceling it. There's places that are out of stock with pre-orders. We pre-ordered and got billed already on Friday, I believe, for the digital edition. We normally get a digital edition and a physical copy just because, the whole family has Nintendo Switches, right? So what we do is with the digital copy, which Nintendo, you got to get it together, right? With the family share, right? That's another reason I love Apple. I can purchase an app and share it with the nuclear family, the 5 of us. With Nintendo, I really can only share it with one, and one has to always be connected to the internet. One can be offline and still use the content. And then I have to do physical media in order to kind of augment that, right? So you're talking about a household that has 5 copies of Animal Crossing, right? So, hey, what we got to do so we can all have fun and play together, right? But Nintendo, get it together on that front. But there's also strong rumors, which is insane, right? Which is crazy, which is, for me, I love this game growing up, right? So there's talks that on Super NES Online on the Switch, they're going to release Super Mario RPG. But at the same time, they're going to make an announcement, huge announcement, right? That Nintendo's been working with Square Enix on Super Mario RPG 2. This would be huge, right? This would tie into some of the rumors too, where maybe, you could see Geno as a playable character in Super Smash. I'm sure they're going to introduce, some of these characters into Super Smash and build up the hype around it. And this will be one that if you release it on SNES Online, you can get people hooked in, right, to play the original and see what a masterpiece it was, right? Easily top 3 Super Nintendo game of all time, man. Don't care what anybody else says, right? But you can also get the nostalgia factor of people like me that grew up with it, that have always been clamoring. And we get it that there's spiritual successors in the form of Paper Mario, what I'm trying to say, as well as Mario and Luigi Superstars Saga and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, it's like, hey, man, we want Marshmallow or whatever his name was, and Geno, I'm trying to say, we want to catch up with those guys, man, and see what's going on with the storyline. And I can definitely see a part 2, and I can see it sell so much that 3, 4, 5 years down the line, we'll have a part 3, right? And it's just a real good to have this kind of collaboration back, right? So with that said, wanted to keep it short and sweet. It's opening weekend of the NFL, right? Go watch some football, root for your team, crazy times, but at least we can get football back, get some sense of normalcy. Stay tuned to the channel, right? We'll probably do a midweek, with the Sony PlayStation showcase. And so this week, stay tuned. I'm pretty sure we'll do a midweek. Stay tuned for some great content. Again, thank you guys so much. Smash the like button, subscribe. See you guys next week. Peace.